Hello and welcome to Politics Today. I'm Farooq Betafi. Today we are going to talk about politics, and we are going to talk about politics of elections. We have seen that finally political parties are coming into the electoral mode. Yesterday we saw a mammoth rally in Lahore by PTI, and we saw that Imran Khan spoke there for hours. That was one aspect that was very important, and I'm going to come back to that. But let me also bring into focus People's Party's, big rally in Karachi. Karachi usually is not thought to be the, stronghold of the party. So that was quite interesting. The third very big rally was of MMA. If you remember, there was a religious political alliance back in 2002 that was mostly defunct for quite some time. It has been brought back to life, and there was one very big rally by the very same people as well. Elsewhere also we have seen the kind of political positioning that is needed for elections. If in this program I had repeatedly kept on questioning why is it that political parties haven't been able to come up with their programs so far. Yesterday, I at least saw a feeble attempt by, I call it feeble because it was mostly scattered 11 points, but at least PTI did, introduce some ideas which are closer to its heart. We are going to talk about this. We are going to talk about these 11 points, but the problem with that presentation was that we didn't know, we were not told how to bring about these changes. Usually manifestos by this time are unveiled. PTI by far is the closest to the goalpost that at least it announced 11 points. Nobody else has done so. But in coming days, let us hope that we see more manifestos, we see preparation of elections as well. And then within slogans, we also see some method in the madness as well. We are going to talk about all these matters and more. In order to help us understand these issues, we are joined by Zulqarnain Shah, a senior analyst. Thank you very much, sir, for being part of the program. Next to him is Zamir, Haider, a regular participant in this program, a TV anchor, a journalist. Thank you very much, sir, for being part of the program as well. And then we have with us Liaquat Shahwani, who is again a political analyst with a special focus on Balochistan's politics. But we are going to talk about the entire country's politics. Shahwani sahab, thank you very much as well. Zamir, Haider, yesterday we were listening to speculations about the numbers. People kept on actually focusing on optics rather than the substance. Did you find the kind of substance that was needed in PTI's rally?
Well, Petafi, it was, I think that there was nothing new, and we have been hearing all that which was actually squeezed into 11 points for long now. Yes, because now they have given
it was quite a liberal and long, lengthy speech.
No, I'm talking about the 11 points. Okay. He has actually, giving 11 points and terming it as their manifesto, their agenda for the future.
It is not quite a manifesto. Manifestos are usually organized.
Yes, but all these 11 points Imran Khan has talked about, we have been hearing since long, and there was nothing new in it. But yes, the significance of these 11 points was actually, by and large, important because the crowd, because of the reason of the crowd, they were able to pull yesterday. That has actually given significance to 11 points. Otherwise, I think that whatever they have been, the PTI has been talking.
With due respect, again, you are doing the same thing, shifting focus to optics rather than substance.
No, I'm
numbers are numbers, and I give you
numbers, but
this point that they had a lot of people there.
I have actually told you that there was nothing new. You tell me if you find something new in these 11 points.
Imran Khan gave his context why he entered politics. politics, and then he
that was
promised a lot of
that
things.
was rhetoric, of course. But if you are focused on 11 points, I'm talking about
Okay, you
that.
didn't find anything new. Shaji, your take on this. Did you find anything new in the speech?
Not new, but it was a good.
Okay.
The first time in the history of the political parties, the very, very specific 11 point.
Hang on. Do you intend to write a new book on history?
No.
Which starts only 4 years ago?
No.
I mean, come on. You can't say that in the history of political parties, nobody gave the points. Zulqar Ali Bhutto, 10 other people have been doing it for quite some time.
But these 11 points, very comprehensive,
Okay.
very focusing. And in the last 4 or 5 years, it was the Khan belief that through these points, for example, the empowerment of women, education,
Which happened to be, by the way, the 11th point.
Yeah.
Women in our priority list, out of a list of 11 points, come at the 11th point.
do you find the women empowerment at the priority in any political party agenda?
I mean, it is very close to my heart. I don't know about other political parties. Why can't it be number 2? They have 50% of the population.
We should thank to one party that.
Okay, we have to lower the bar so much that we have to be thankful for everything, right?
No. Question is
I'm very grateful.
Question is that the PTI taking initiative in all these 11 points, it's a good and it's a good lead for all of the political parties that they should consider what are the basic and what are the main important issues in the Pakistan.
But hang on, with due respect, when you were saying that these are very comprehensive points, I was thinking maybe too abstract, because who disagrees that education should be a very important priority? Who says that health shouldn't be an important priority? Who says that there shouldn't be, expansion of tax net? Everybody agrees on that. Everybody actually pays lip service to it as well.
No, but it's a good trend. All the political parties should elaborate, should portray their real agenda.
Can I jump to one conclusion? That at this moment we are so close to the elections that now tribalism rules. And if you are a supporter of PTI, or you think PTI is doing good, you're going to see everything positive in their gestures. And if you are an opponent, maybe you're not going to find that much constructive things.
I'm not advocating the PTI, but
praising, eulogizing.
But the basic point is that all the political parties, like now newcoming MMA, just like
MMA is not new.
And the
it is 16-year-old.
The People Party and the PML N, the PMLQ should give their agenda clearly.
Okay.
Beyond the political agenda, they should give it to the social sector, they should give it to the economic sector.
I readily agree with you that at least PTI has made an attempt. Yeah. It has tried. But did you, Shahwani Sahab, find that kind of clarity that was needed? Or somehow, when he was speaking, Imran Khan lost focus on most of the points and he kept on talking about other issues?
Well, Pitafi Sahab, from criticism to poll riggings, anti-corruption campaign, to these 11 points, this is a new narrative. And Imran Khan, for the last 4 years, we have been observing, he was focused on...
From new Pakistan to not two, but one Pakistan.
Yes, one Pakistan. And I'm afraid, what kind of Pakistan does he want? Because these 11 points are the points which almost every party, 300 plus political parties are enlisted on ECP list. If you look at their party manifestos and election manifestos.
Which manifestos? They haven't presented any manifestos for 2018.
But they haven't presented, but the number of parties, almost the same points are there. The political parties, they claim to be social democratic parties or parties, they want to see the future of Pakistan as a social welfare state.
All of them are social democratic parties.
Not all of them, but look, these points, today the Western countries, even in third world countries, number of these points have been implemented. Imran Khan himself, he could have implemented health, education. These are provincial subjects after 18th Amendment. And he should have been...
But we keep on hearing that they have tried to bring in a lot of reforms in KP. One aspect is said to be the police reforms. The other two are said to be education and health reforms. You don't agree with that?
Well, to a certain extent, I would agree. But we don't see a great example from KPK in this regard. Only police reform, the people keep talking. Even Chief Justice when he went to KPE applauded the performance IG police. But in other sectors, nobody's applauding the performance
and
of
there
KP government.
A sound bite coming from the Chief Justice of Pakistan that where is change?
Yes,
and it was attributed to him. I don't know whether it happened or not. Yeah.
Of course, when Imran Khan was, raising these points, health education, he could have, strengthen his own logic, his own, slogan with showcasing few examples from KP, but he did not.
But this idea that there should be one syllabus, there shouldn't be 3 different modes of education in this country. You agree with that?
I do agree. I do agree.
But the problem is there seems to be a lot of difference between the 3 cadres, three categories. The English medium, the Urdu or the public schools, and then madrasas.
Yeah.
How do you reconcile the 3?
Well, it's a very difficult job. If you look at the madrasas, pre-Pakistan, they had their own organization, madaris. People used to go to get education to madaris in our tribal system, in tribal areas. And when in cities, people opted to send their children to a modern education, and the people, they are wealthy people, they have their own syllabus, private school. So you can reconcile this with reconciliation of economy. If you have reconciled the entire population, per capita income is almost same. There are rich people in Pakistan, upper middle class has risen. So then you actually can do it. Otherwise, it's not possible. If you look at your country now, the people, their malls, their shopping malls, a new class has been emerging in Pakistan.
Yeah, that is
the
true.
people, branded class, their restaurants, their hotels,
The upper
their
middle
shopping
class, right?
Well, not upper middle class, elite class. What is the upper middle class? If you look at the
people who
with the rise of dollar,
earn a lot.
Earn a lot. The people, they have,
but
mostly they have black money, luxurious.
Let me go to Shahji once again. Shahji, you were talking about these 11 points. Let us talk about education, because education is quite important, and somehow I have been hearing this slogan or this promise since 1999, when Pervez Musharraf first took over, that we are going to actually do away with this tabgati or class-based educational system, and we are going to reconcile all 3. But somehow, in past 19 years, we haven't been able to do it.
Batafi, politically it's a good slogan, but practically
it won't happen?
It's very difficult.
Why?
You mentioned that the madrasas education system, it's a totally different.
Yeah.
Our Islamic heritage, our Islamic school of thoughts. Not only the difference between the social education and the religious education, there's a lot of a difference between in the religious education.
Yeah, I know it for a fact that Dars-e-Nizami, that is taught there.
Dars-e-Nizami is
mathematics that is used in that is 1,000 years old.
No, but
and you have to realize how to reconcile that with the reality.
Yeah, this is difficulties because our ulama are not agreed to change their curriculum. Number 1. Number 2, in the liberal education, your O-level system, your Cambridge system, and your matrix board system.
Why do you call it liberal education?
The difference between the religious and the liberal education.
I mean, mundane. You can call it mundane. Why do you have to call it liberal?
So it's not possible to maintain a one education system in Pakistan, because you can't ban the Cambridge, you can't ban the...
unless you want to go for a socialist economy, that is not going to happen. You are a capitalist society.
But in the open society, you can't bind all this.
I love the word open society. But let us talk about Karachi as well. We saw Bilawal Bhutto Zardari actually spending a lot of time there, Tanki ground in Karachi. And then we saw a rejoinder from MQM as well, who said that people were brought in from other cities or other places. Similar kind of complaint or mention we heard from PML N's Supremo as well. So what do you make of Bilawal Bhutto's Zardari speech yesterday? Well, it seemed to be focused on local issues, Karachi.
Well, of course, because they wanted to show, the People's Party wants to show that it's coming back to Karachi again. They are regaining their, strength in Karachi, and that is why they opted for this Liaquat place, which was considered to be a stronghold of MQM. And regardless if people have come, I met a couple of People's Party leaders yesterday, and they were of the view that they were told not to bring people. So, and he was here in Islamabad, and he said like it was purely, I don't know, the critics, of course, the MQM would say that because they
Naturally,
see, they
an
see
issue of
that
existence.
their stronghold, Liaquat, if it's at all slipping out of their hands, they would come out with all these excuses. But again, I would say the reason why People's Party was also able to put up a good show yesterday was because of the divide
Within MQM ranks.
MQM and with the coming of PSP.
Okay.
So I think that there's...
But PSP is not aligned with the People's Party.
I know it's not aligned. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that the People's Party is regaining its, lost ground in Karachi.
Is it?
Yes, I think they would make an impact because of the divisions within the MQM and with the coming of the PSP.
It is quite interesting.
So the division of the votes.
Hang on. We know that voters might be slipping out of the control of MQM. That is a given. It seems because they are divided and there are 5 factions of party. PIB, Badrabad, PSP.
Exactly.
Then
PSP is not.
it is a faction.
No, it's not a faction. It's an individual party now.
Then Altaf Hussein's
its own
party
entity.
and then Hakiki. So
Yeah,
there are 5 people, 5 groups.
That is why I say that the People's Party would be able to, if not make a good, a comeback from this particular constituency, but they would have some impact in the coming elections. Now, again, I would say that why Karachi? Because they realize that whatever the gains Murad Ali Shah has been able to deliver in Karachi, they want to capitalize on that. They want to
gains? I know that he is a very good administrator.
Yes, that is why
he is a good chief minister. But with due respect, when it comes to coverage of Karachi, Karachi has been reduced to a shanty town.
Yes, of course, that is
why the pile of garbage, sewerage problems.
The rest of the Sindh is not portraying a very rosy picture either. So. When I say that, whatever he has been able to do, the People's Party wants to capitalize on it. Whatever little he has been able to, deliver during his time.
There was a lack of focus, Shahwani Saab, on the national issues. I didn't see that kind of focus. Why exactly was that there?
You're talking about
Bilawal
Bhutto's speech.
Yeah.
Basically, MQM, the division of MQM has provided with level playing fields for other parties. And other parties, People's Party itself.
Other parties being PTI?
PTI, PSP,
Okay.
People's
PSP
Party.
is a faction.
There's the faction.
Its founder belonged to only one party before creating this party, right?
Yes, and Mustafa Kamal is the first ever person in the recent history of Karachi, the person who came very, bluntly and stood against Altaf Hussain. He had the courage. He talked.
You'll have to check history again. Hakiki was the one that actually came up with that first.
Hakiki.
And then Hakiki had to pay a lot because Batul Hamza was also totally demolished.
When I talk recent history, I mean in this
I'm not
decade.
talking ancient history, am I?
But you are talking about 90s.
No, I'm talking about 2000s. Batul Hamza
was
right.
But he was not. But he was not as influential as Mustafa Kamal has come out.
But
in 2 years,
it is emerging as a separate independent party. You could say that,
these factions being going back to your point, PTI, PSP,
People's Party.
No other party? Jamaat Islami?
Jamaat Islami.
Because they were quite active recently on
they were quite.
issues.
Zilla Nazim Aji Ni'matullah, he was from
After that,
Karachi,
they have lost
he
ground.
also he worked a lot. He also gave a good development model And that was a model which Mustafa
so
Kamal,
Mustafa
as Mullah
Kamal
Nazim,
is-
he had to follow.
Yeah.
Is
He had to follow.
PML N also active there?
Yes, but I think PML N nowadays, Shahbaz Sharif, Shahid Khan themselves, they went there. But they are not as optimistic to get number of votes
Why
there.
not?
Well, historically, if you look at the
Karachi loves
Karachi,
development, and by far they are the farthest in development sector.
You know,
Are they not?
Patafi,
But I'm
if you
going to
allow
come
me-
back to
No,
you.
no, no. Just let me. The recent episode of electricity crisis in Karachi
Yeah, that
has
was-
actually brought bad name to the federal government, and the federal government
Actually,
is run by
federal
the
government,
PML N. So I think that
I mean,
they.
with due respect, you can say whatever you want to, you're entitled to it. But K Electric was highlighted, and later on, the Prime Minister was seen as someone who has intervened to resolve the crisis.
But
yeah, please go ahead.
But they were labeled that the crisis was because of the federal
Yeah,
government.
but
So
they kept on actually encircling the
Of course.
CM's office, not, mind you, any federal or governor's house or something like that. Please go
well,
ahead.
I'm talking about the temperament of the people of Karachi. For last 2 decades, they have been
Voting for only
brought
2
up
parties.
with the Mahajir slogan.
Okay.
MKM,
MKM and then slightly PTI. What else?
well, People's Party.
Hardly. People's Party.
But they're
recently-
trying. They're
and there
trying.
was confusion.
Look, in 70s, People's Party won 9 seats from same Karachi.
Why is it that in yesterday's speech we didn't see that much focus on Pakistani national issues? There was, a lot of emphasis on Karachi's issues.
The temperament of the people of Karachi, because they have been brought, they have been educating, the slogans have always been based on the politics of Karachi. The Major Qawmi movement that changed their name as Muttada Qawmi movement, but they remained still Major, sub-nationalist, whatsoever you
still
call
playing
it.
that card. They're
They're
still
playing that card.
Yeah.
And,
I mean, they
and that
have-
card
they-
is, very popular there. And the new youth of Majir, again, they are considering themselves being exploited by the
Yeah, but you're
Islamabad
talking about
federal
Majir
government.
card,
So
with due
that's
respect,
why
hang on.
also Bilawal Bhutto, the people wrote a script. They have been focusing those issues. If you look at the Farooq Sattar and other leaders, they
Okay, let
whenever
me-
they're
let
in
me
hot
flip
water,
the
they play the
question.
Majir card.
Let me flip the question for you before I go to Shahji. The question is, why hasn't People's Party been able to come up with its focused points or program for the next election, or for that matter, manifesto?
Well, if you are talking about yesterday Jalsa,
No,
their
so far.
focus was not.
So far.
Well, so far I think they are now thinking to come out with a new strategy. They are looking at the issues. First, they tried to go to the Balochistan. They tried to,
Are they successful
pave
in
a way
Balochistan?
for themselves, but they have lost there.
Are they successful in Balochistan, by the way?
Well, I think they have been outmaneuvered.
They have been out maneuvering others?
Also in South Punjab.
Okay, that is quite interesting. I'm going to come back to you with that special focus. But sir, manifesto, People's Party's manifesto, we haven't seen it. We haven't seen their program, key program, like you were saying, it is a beautiful program that was presented yesterday. There should be similar programs coming from other political parties as well. We haven't seen that.
First, look at the dynamics of the Sindh, which our Shahwani friend was discussing. It is a survival election for the People Party, because People Party is going to face the PTI penetration, and PTI is focusing on a Shirazi of Thattas, Malik Sikandar of Dadu, Mayor of Interior Sindh.
So you're talking about electables, right?
Yeah,
You never know where the electables go in Sindh. They came to PML N. They will once again come.
No.
Shirazi brothers did.
No.
They were allied with him.
So let me to say, PTI is the plan of PTI is focusing on the electable of the People Party, particularly in Thatta, Dadu, even the Maghduma Fala. Shah Mahmud Qureshi is very much have a penetration in the Sindh areas.
Yeah, he has a lot of religious followers.
And Asif Ali Zardari knows very well that these elections, if he lose in the Sindh, it will be very terrible for him. And in Karachi, they are focusing 3 to 5 seats in a Malir, in a Liari, in a Kimadi area, and they would be able to, maybe they would be able to get. But
are you sure that they're going to lose ground to PTI within Sindh?
yeah,
That seems unheard of.
no, no, no. You will find it after the dissolution of the assemblies.
No, but local government, before that, regular elections, and then afterwards, by-elections. We didn't see PTI gaining out of weakness of People's Party.
Farooq bhai, you know what will Akama play role in the Sindh? Every second politician has Akama.
Okay, so PTI's strategy essentially is that you just
No,
bring the issue to the courts and then get them disqualified and then
but Akama will play the vital role in this politics.
How come? We are only left with a few months before elections. When are they going to file those issues?
Every politician of Sindh, every politician of Karachi has Akama
It
for
is
the
a
Dubai.
generalization.
So they will be picked up by the PTI as well. So they would be the Kama holders as well. If you say that every political
And PTI has
leader
this
is
strategy for the
a different strategy that would be seen.
You are telling me that why they are focusing on Karachi. But my question with due respect is, why haven't they been able to come with a national program? They are a national party. They claim to be one.
So where is the national program? This is the.
So you have already written off People's Party.
It's a Zardari doctrine.
Yeah,
Zardari
so
doctrine.
Zardari is co-chairman of his party, whether you like it or not, he is there.
If Asif Ali Zardari want to come back into the politics and in the coming election, he should let the Asifa and Bilawal to play their role, and for God's sake, he should forgive the People Party.
Why? I mean, this is your assessment. Nobody essentially has to agree with that. You want to add to it, Zamir?
No, first of all, Patafi, I think all these major political parties, including PTI, are working on their manifestos, and yesterday's 11 points should not be considered as wholesome as manifesto of PTI. And I think
they kept on teasing the points.
I think there is still 1 month to go for the caretaker setup to step in, and they will be coming out. And well, with Pakistan People's Party, I think they had a couple of people who were given the task to work on the manifesto, and they are fearing that they might leave. Because as of the after
Can you name
Nadeem Afzal
names?
Chand, no, I don't know, but I know that Nadeem Afzal Chand was considered to be a central leader of Punjab.
No,
he was
but
general secretary
he
of
was
Punjab.
not part of the manifesto committee.
No, but I'm saying that, of course, he was contributing in the manifesto making, and I know it for sure, and so is other leaders. So they are still worried that, if who would be, as the game is on still, and
So
we are being told that there will be
Are they
more
worried-
defections in various political
Are
parties.
they, with due respect, are they worried about intellectual property?
No, it's not
That
intellectual
they will
property.
steal the ideas.
No, it's not an intellectual property. But every party announces a committee, manifesto committee. They work on it. So I think that there is, to some extent, trouble in the rank and file of PML N. There is chaos in People's Party. And I think
Haven't you already actually answered at the very start this question? That in Pakistan, especially because of the rating game and television screens and all, where the focus always remains on optics rather than substance. So nobody is worried about a platform.
I don't think so, Patafi. I think they would come out with manifestos, and all these political parties must be working on it, because that is one of the most important things before going into the elections.
Really?
Yes, it is. It is, because I don't know,
You
but
are an
since
anchor. Come on,
since
tell me,
Patafi,
how many times have you discussed the manifesto of a party on air?
You have been emphasizing on the manifesto. You have
I haven't.
Yes, so that
Not today.
It means it is important.
10 years.
It means it is important. It is important, and I think that the people, all these political parties, would realize. And most of them have realized that now they have to come out with a manifesto and stick to it. Okay. Because every time, and now it's the exit of the PML N government as the tenure ends, and now people would be bringing out the manifestos, and they will be circling the numbers. This is what they have delivered on their manifesto, and this is what they haven't.
Yeah,
so
exactly. So they have to have a list of pledges that we can check and tell the people.
Yes,
whether
exactly.
they have
That is what
accomplished it or not.
manifesto is. It is not for their own consumption. It is basically for the people of the country. That this is the manifesto which this political party has come with when they went
That's
into
true.
the elections, and now when they are exiting, this is what they have delivered, and this is what they haven't
That's
delivered.
true.
And just let me add to the why you were saying that why not there was a national message from the People's Party Forum
it is
yesterday.
Bilawal, right?
No, I think yesterday they kept it for Karachi deliberately, and that is why they didn't. Otherwise, why
You
would
can't multitask.
No,
I mean, come on.
multitasking is.
I mean,
they have
you
been
can-
doing
you
it
can talk
all
about
the time.
local issues
This
and
is
the
This
national
is
issues.
the first ever political rally of Pakistan People's Party in which they have only restricted themselves to a particular city and where they were holding this rally.
Today-
so before that,
today's program will-
in all the
Today's program will go down as a show in which very sweeping statements were made. But Shahwani sir, I don't know whether I should ask you about manifestos, which is important, or then go back to the point that you were making about Balochistan's politics, especially People's Party being outmaneuvered by somebody, apparently. What exactly did you mean?
Well, there was a perception that People's Party, as Asif Zardari is very popular for his strategies as kingmaker, and Mr. Karim Sumro is sitting there and he is very much active in political spheres of the of Balochistan, and number of people, they were just prepared to join People's Party because they were thinking this is the party which is going to form next government, and the number of electables, they are just ready to join. But after this outmaneuvering, a new party
Which
came.
outmaneuvering?
Well, Balochistan Awami Party, BAP, a new party has come to in existence, and the party is
I
it
dig
is
the
it is a
name.
very lucky party. Look, the party is very lucky.
It has a lot of paternal promise in its name.
Well, look at the luck. The party is not registered in ECP yet, but they have a complete chief minister, cabinet.
I think they are in the process
senators,
of bringing out their
MPs, they are the
flag,
luckiest.
the BAP party, Balochistan Awami Party.
They're the luckiest party because we have observed and seen the
So
party is.
you're saying that Asif Ali Zardari, look, whatever is happening today,
Yeah.
BAP might be in power, but it is still in power and it is only a party. When it comes to popular election, you don't know how exactly people are going to vote. Can we predict? We can't.
We can't predict, but the number of MPs, MNAs.
They will cease.
They're
They will
electables.
cease to
Basically,
exist. Okay, I'm told that we have to take a quick break. Viewers, when we come back, we are going to discuss these issues. Don't go away. Welcome back. Before going to the break, we were discussing the politics of preparations for elections. Yesterday, we saw PTI totally launch the election mode, went into election mode, and then we are going to talk about the other aspects. We were talking about People's Party's yesterday's, big rally in Karachi as well. Two major political parties that have been in power or have been quite influential are not that active, even though Mia Nawaz Sharif and Mia Shahbaz Sharif of the ruling party were visible today in front of cameras. But when you talk about public gatherings, they haven't actually gone out of the way to recently address a rally. That is also a big question. Why exactly is it that Shahwani sir, that PML N hasn't started or hasn't resumed that kind of activities after Nawaz Sharif came back from London?
Well, I think PML N is still confused. Their internal problems are very high.
Like what?
Like their electables, like their parliamentarians. They're resigning the party. And
Are they?
I
mean,
they're leaving the party.
we have been
yes.
talking about electables leaving the party for 1.5 years. And now, only South Punjab, bloc separates. One minority leader separates. Hardly anybody else.
They're minority today. A few months back, there was
No,
only
minority
Zafar Jamali. That was one person resigned. Then it became two, and now there is a minority group. Tomorrow it will be a majority group.
No,
And
I was talking about.
It has been happening.
I was talking about one MNA from a religious minority who left the party. You have talked about a few other names,
yeah.
but PMLN never banks on electables. It has its own support base.
Well, I think PMLN is not such a masses party that it doesn't need any electable.
In 2002,
it doesn't depend on electable. In 19,
hang on.
Yeah.
In 2002,
only 13 seats.
its leader was exiled.
But
its
the seats were only
entire
13.
party was broken and added to PMLQ, and then 13 seats. Nawaz Sharif comes back, doesn't get any electables, and yet manages to form government in Punjab. 2013, again, they were not even expecting their own success. They were looking at a mild success. Managed to get double the number that they were expecting.
Well, 2013 was a term of PMLN. Look at the history.
So whose turn is now?
It depends. Let's see. History repeats itself, or a new history comes that a PMLN keeps continue.
This
to win next election.
This assertion that there are turns in politics
Well, it has
would
been.
imply
This is
that
history.
there
This is
is a
history.
turn of another political party. Which one?
Well, now I don't see People's Party as a strong party. The historical rival of PMLN.
Okay.
People's Party, I don't see them in Punjab. The only party which can, confront and challenge PMLN on election, on electoral,
Throughout the country?
Not throughout the country, mainly Punjab. I don't see PTI in Balochistan. I don't see PTI in Sindh. Even I don't see.
He just gave you he actually spilled some beans, told you that they are going to challenge so many other ikamas.
Well, akamas, but these akamas orders, when they will be in PTI, the akamas will be in coma.
Okay.
That's
quite an interesting way to put it. Zamir, had the People's Party might not be in great shape, but Asif Ali Zardari seems very confident. And, with due respect, what we have seen in the Senate elections, after that people think that he might have some point to make when he says that the next Prime Minister is going to be his party's.
Well, let's see. Before that, the claim was on Balochistan. He delivered on that, and
the
then
CM
the
is,
Senate,
hang
the Senate.
The chairman Senate is not from People's Party,
No,
nor is the Chief Minister of Balochistan. Shahwani is right on that.
But the larger game, which actually was played on these two fronts, be it Balochistan Assembly and then Senate, it was engineered by Pakistan People's Party.
Mainly People's Party?
Mainly, why do you
But I don't
want
see the People's Party the beneficiary of his own struggle in this regard.
Well, then
I don't
see,
see.
he has said it. So only People's Party is good enough for you or not?
No, when I was talking about only People's Party, the question was that there were implications that forces that we might also be included in that kind of maneuvering, in Balochistan. I don't know whether it is true, I don't know whether it is not, but I'm asking you why is and how is Asif Ali Zardari
so confident. Yes, Patafi, because of these two things, and he's a bit overconfident, which I don't see that happening. There would be, if there would be any possibility of People's Party bringing its Prime Minister, it would be hung parliament supported by a lot of small...
Why hung parliament?
Because
everybody keeps on talking about hung parliament as if it is a
yesterday-
goal.
yesterday I
it
was
will
here,
create so
I
much
heard-
uncertainty in the country. You cannot afford it.
Yesterday I heard Asif Ali Zardari again praising Maulana Fazlur Rahman. See, so that is from where he will be getting, like, support from. ANP would be supporting People's Party, Maulana Fazlur Rahman, be it MMA, probably MMA.
That actually is a compliment to Maulana Fazlur Rahman, who is a very shrewd
person.
Shrewd calculator.
And that too coming from a shrewd person.
Yeah.
Well, Asif Ali Zardari is, he's also very smart.
Very smart.
Yeah.
So
I think that if he's saying that, then he must be banking on all these political parties.
Yeah, but
and that the game plan would only be unveiled when People's Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf, Imran Khan, comes out that if at all People's Party makes a government in the center, whether they would be opting to sit in the opposition or they would be complementing Pakistan People's Party.
Okay. So we have already created a hung parliament.
Yes, I think this
I
is
don't
going to
know
be a
whether
hung
that is
parliament.
even possible.
And now coming back to manifesto, when this, the whole
Okay,
setup,
I have to go to
I
the-
think the KP government would be in a better position to come out that what they have actually delivered on their
Shahji.
manifesto on the 2013 elections.
Right, Shahji, regarding this confidence, and especially, who do you think is going to rule the country after elections? Do you see a hung parliament?
First, Patafi, we should accept that the Balochistan Senate election was not the credit of the Asif Ali Zardari.
It wasn't.
It was not.
Who did it then?
It was, and we know, and everybody know.
No, we don't know. Please educate us. Please educate us.
It was the power structured game.
Okay.
And now in this election, every party is looking for through the power structure.
Okay.
Manifesto.
What is power structure? Which power structure are you talking about?
Okay.
I mean, to me, the parliament and the executive
The power
are
of the
the, are
vote.
the powers that we, right?
Really?
Yeah,
The
why
power of
not?
the vote.
As per the constitution, they are.
Oh, it's a surprise.
Respect the vote.
Okay, it is a surprise for you. You don't read your own constitution. Yeah. Okay, tell me, do you see a hung parliament or not?
Not a hung parliament, but will be the combination of both two parties.
A hanging parliament, not a hung parliament. Yeah. Like a hanging chad. Okay, and Prime Minister?
Maybe from the PTI.
Maybe from PTI?
Yeah.
Not Imran Khan?
It could be.
I mean, be clear about it. When you are in this prophecy mode, give us a name then.
Well, if there is going to be,
With the advent of the hung parliament, there's hung comments coming.
What happened in the Senate? What happened in the Senate?
Okay.
When and Zardari can play this game also.
Yeah, but Chairman Senate essentially doesn't have to be the head of a party or their nominated candidate for Prime Minister.
I think People Party will
But
try.
when it comes to the Prime Minister, it is usually the candidate who is nominated, and Imran Khan is considered to be the prime ministerial candidate. Is he going to be, in case PTI wins, is he going to be the Prime Minister?
Sure, he will.
Really?
But there is some problem. Maybe Asif Ali Zardari will try to play the last game, and he will nominate another person from the PTI to cross the vote.
You agree with that? Very quickly. I'm told that we have to.
The next Prime Minister, I think, will be from PTI, but will be proposed and supported by Asif Zardari. And that might
and
be
he will have
Shaman
some. And he will have some history of People's
People's
Party as
Party,
well.
that might have-
and then he'll say he's mine.
It will not be
that lucky
surprised.
person
Right,
could
sir.
be.
But why would
again
Imran
from-
Khan
No, that lucky person
up?
could again be from Southern Punjab.
You know, the problem with
I don't see Imran Khan giving up on
Hang on. Unlike politicians, the problem with analysts is when they start warming up in a program, the program ends.
time is over.
I'm told that we have to conclude the program. Liaquat, Shahwani, thank you very much for your time. Zamir, Haider, thank you very much. Always a great pleasure. Zulqarnain, Shah Sahab, thank you very much, sir, for being part of the program as well. Viewers, you have listened to our participants, of course. We still have to wait and see what the programs are, which party comes with what kind of program. The problem at this moment is when you look at most of the promises made, Liaquat Shahwani is absolutely right that most of the political parties position themselves as social democrats. There should be an economy of ideas. There shouldn't only be center right and far right debate. There should be some left, some middle of the ground, other political parties as well. At this moment, it seems that all the political parties are making the very same promises. Let's hope in coming days we see more details through which we can distinguish their programs and their capacities to deliver. This was today's program. Thank you very much for watching us. Take care.